Okay, so I'm going to step through the HubDoc website and show you why this sort of deceptive marketing is is really bad. So this is a place for all financial documents in one place automatically. With HubDoc, you can automatically import all your financial documents, so forth. Beautiful website. I like how it all explains it all. Very cute graphics, but there's nothing automatic about using human labor. And it gets worse than that. So I'm using Chrome, and I'm logged into the HubDoc portal, right? So, and one of the first things that I want to bring everyone's attention to is this Add Account button. So what this allows me to do, HubDoc claims, is use any of the like 800 different services in order to fetch data, receipts and bills from. So from GoDaddy's to this is Commonwealth Bank of Australia, there's Telstra, Telecommunications Company Australia, Comcast, Verizon, so forth. So let's use the Comcast example. I'm going to choose Comcast. Whoa. Okay. Now, right here is one of the first things that really catches my attention is that HubDoc is asking me to put in my Comcast login credentials into HubDoc. That is a red flag straight away. You should never do that. Typically, when companies integrate with third-party services, they use what's called all-off. They'll use APIs, and that process, that login process, usually happens on the service provider's side. So if this was done properly, I would be logging in on Comcast website, and then that workflow would take me back into HubDoc, and then it would do whatever it does. But in this instance, it doesn't, and that's what I want to sort of demonstrate by monitoring the traffic. Like, where is that data going? When I submit this form, let's just move this to the bottom. When I submit that form, oh, well, let's change this to... Okay, that looks a bit better. Right, so I'm going to do that. I have networking monitoring turned on. So I'm just going to put in some dummy data. Let's go testing 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, password as well. I just change that for test. And then I'm going to hit add account. All right, cool. What has happened? Well, straight away, HubDoc's telling me that they couldn't connect to Comcast for whatever reasons. First of all, there's no way that could have tested the connection that fast if there was an API with Comcast. So I believe that this is misleading information, but here's something better. Right at the bottom here, I was tracking all the network connections. So I'm going to click on this one, which is the first one. That was the actual call that was made. Let's just drag it up. Now, right at the bottom, you see the data that was sent. I submitted test and the pass. So I told HubDoc that my Comcast logins are test and test 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can, so they've added extra data around it. So they've just collected in plain text my Comcast, my fake Comcast login, and sent it to where? So we're going to go scroll up here. The request went to HubDoc. It did not go to Comcast. Okay. Now you might be thinking, well, maybe they're doing something else on their back end, some sort of connections. Well, really? So they're parsing. They're looking at my login credentials. So even if they are doing some sort of API integration on the back end, they're still going to store my login credentials. And I know they store the login credentials. It's obvious from this behavior that I just showed. I've just sent my data to HubDoc. Imagine if I put in my real logins. So that's problem number one that I wanted to sort of bring to everyone's attention. And then even things like, your credentials are safe. Well, they're not really safe because I've just sent my login credentials to you guys. This is just bullshit. Okay, cool. So next step is let's see what's happening underneath the covers. So let's right click on the page, anywhere on the page is fine, and then select View Page Source. So typically what I do is, I'll do this sometimes on websites. I'll just have a look what's going on, scroll across. Whoa, there's a big block of data right there. And there's a bit more JavaScript, HTML, so forth. So this block of data looks like JSON to me. JSON is just a computer. It's a way that we store data. It's a way computers store. Well, it's a data format that's typically used for just communication. Now it's plain text, as you can tell, and it's available in this JavaScript. So what I've done now is I've just selected the beginning of the JSON right up the top. And then we'll go all the way to the end. Now, the reason I've selected it is because this is really hard to read, so we're going to parse it. And there's many tools online where you can just copy and paste JSON data in an unstructured form, and it will structure it in a second for me. Here we go. So as I scroll down, what I can see is that there's a common pattern here, and that common pattern is, look, this is all the services they provide: Reliance Bank, web sequence diagrams, Coast Cable, right? So these are all the services. And not only that, let's find Comcast. So here's Comcast Business, which there's a bit more information here, but look at this: assigned to Elena. All right, so that's the next thing that you sort of want to start questioning. Why is this assigned to someone? That's really weird. Okay, and who is this person, Elena? So what I've done this already. I wrote a Python script which basically passes all of that JSON data and then puts it into a nice spreadsheet. And what I found is, and the way I've laid it out is, here's all the services, and here's all the email addresses, right, that are assigned to every single service, which is crazy. Look at all these emails. Then what I did is I summarized it all, and we've got about 23 different individuals assigned to services, or service extractions, whatever they call it, or data fetching, which doesn't make sense, right? So Michael, you'll see Michael's got 77 services he looks after, Damien 54, and so forth. So Michael does about 10% of the workload in a company. So I try to search for all of these email addresses, and as you can see, I started to find people in Canada on LinkedIn, CA LinkedIn. So let's just have a look at that. Who are these individuals? Damien Rater, okay, he's a Toronto, Canada computer engineering student at Waterloo University. Oh, that's interesting. There it is, HubDoc. Okay, he is still a student till 2022. Let's have a look at a few other people. So who's this? Shovnik. Here we go, computer engineering student, University of, and the list just goes on, right? So this is, you can do this yourself. You can either search for the email addresses. Now, I pulled out the email addresses, as you saw from the HubDoc website, from the JSON file. Here's a different university, Brock University. He's a student at Brock University. Currently a student at Brock University. And hello, HubDoc again. So this is really concerning, because what you have is you got these people, students, who are not even employees at university, logging in to people's accounts to grab bills and receipts and then upload them back into HubDoc. Wow. That's a major data privacy invasion, in my opinion. I would never give my login credentials to a company like HubDoc. And again, you can do it yourself. You can sign up for free with HubDoc, and you can see all of this yourself. All right, cool. Hopefully this was educational, and let me know what you think. Thank you.